Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to Leeds Bros for your instant match reaction. Full-time whistle has just gone at Ellen Road, and Leeds United with a convincing 3-0 win and booked their place in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. We're going to break it all down. Dylan's bum is sore because we've been sitting here watching the whole game. But Dylan, great performance, through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. But more importantly, Dylan, back to winning ways and building that confidence again.
Look, you seen Ellen Road. Ellen Road was immaculate at the end. Everyone was up and at it. Piroe gave a jersey to a fan, which I'm highly jealous of. But no, great overall performance. We grew into the game, but as I said throughout to watch it on, what I'm most pleased about is the rotation of players and good quality players, and the likes of Tanaka, Longstaff, James, Nando, Piroe, etc. And just getting minutes in the legs, confidence for the boys. But it genuinely was a good game of football to watch. I'm pleased that we've excelled ourselves to go out. And as well as that, Darren, they didn't score.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased. And, Perry as well done a great job in net. Not much to do, but yet again his kicking was
some of the saves were handy enough for Lucas Perry today. And to be fair, it's one thing that we criticise him for, ourselves and as a fan base, is his kicking, and his kicking was fine today. So he done his job, clean sheet, but it's a collective as well. I thought Bial at the back was absolutely rock solid for Leeds today, and for me, he has to get back into the Leeds side because he just gives you that physical presence there. He reads the game very well for me. And a lot of standout performers still today. Look, it's obviously special mentions to Tanaka today, who I thought was really good. Joe Piroe gets his goal today, plays a 90-minute match. Willie Nanto, I thought was good in parts. Sometimes he let himself down at times. But for me, Dylan, the standout today, I actually forgot to mention Sean Longstaff. What a goal that was from Sean Longstaff as well. But the standout performer to me, by a country mile, was Gabby Goodmunson. He was sensational.
He was just up and down his defending as well, especially late on the game before he came off. He made a good, I think he was the last man in a few of them, and won the ball back fair and square. But yeah, he got his goal, he got his assist. So I think I have to agree. Apart from what TNT saying, being player of the match, I think we could all agree. I think he was just absolutely sensational. I thought Mecha was brilliant up front as well. A good, considering Calvert-Lewin is playing so many games. Mecha's coming on, obviously, and in games like that, but to start him up front and see what way he is, he brings players into play.
Performance from him today. And he took a lot of hits,
he did.
He
took a good few hits,
He did.
And then obviously my man as well, Piroe, getting his goal, the confidence as well for him, and hopefully going forward now he can get back into this team as well. He's done enough to show Daniel Farke to get back into this team. But yeah, I agree with
just rotation. It's a lot. Like Piroe's obviously put himself in for a good show today, and Sean Longstaff, Dylan, for me, he was one of our best midfielders before he picked up the injury, and he gets a goal today, and it's the goal I think that probably settled us all down. Up into that, I don't think we started the game particularly well. We were a little bit flat. I think we lacked confidence. We obviously had the offside goal that was ruled out first when Willie Nanto with the handball. I think it was the correct decision, even though it was fairly annoying from a Leeds fan's point of view. But I think after the goal was disallowed, that seemed to kind of give us, the belief that we keep going forward, let's go get our goal. And the Sean Longstaff goal was a brilliant, lovely cutback from Gabby Goodmunson, who does fantastically well. The touch, the turn, and the swivel from Sean Longstaff was absolutely sensational. Great goal.
It was unbelievable. And yet again, as you said, I think with that goal being offside, I think the officiating as well got a few things wrong. Yet again, Leeds seem to be just not getting penalties for I'm mad at numerous occasions in the game, but yet again, doesn't matter. As you said, we kind of kept ahead.
There was the one on Mecha when he was pulled. There was the one a few minutes before that when James delivered the ball across the box and there was a little bit of a hand on the back, and I think he might have been in an offside position anyway. He looked like he was a little bit ahead of the play, but it was the one just after that, wasn't it, when he was getting a short pulled. He had a fist of a short and pulled down, and VAR didn't even check it. And then there was probably another shout as well from Kenny McLean as well, who did look like he touched it from the replays. We only seen it back quick at a glimpse, so I do have to look back as well. But I don't think it's a day. Look, I think we've had enough of VAR and the officiating against us in the last two games. I think today it's one of them days just to solely concentrate on the last performance today. And the win, Dylan, the win is absolutely massive.
But it's the confidence down. I know I keep repeating myself, but yet again, before the start of the game, we said it in the watch along. Leave the league where it is. Let's concentrate on the FA Cup, and with the players that did come on in the rotation, the players that are off the bench, the likes of Joe Rodon, Calvert-Lewin, people that weren't even on the bench, going into the next game now against Palace will give them the belief to go forward that we can get back to winning ways. We certainly have tonight. So yet again, applauded goes to Daniel Farke as well. Again, the lineup and giving it that rotation for us as fans to see these players coming on, and yet again, Applauders goes to everyone that went to the game. Ellen Road yet again loud and proud. So I'm pleased. I really am pleased. I have to say, and yet again quarter final for Leeds.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Brilliant.
absolutely. Right, let's get into a couple of these guys' comments as well. Get your man of the match in the chat as well. Let us know your thoughts as well, and we'll read out as many as we possibly can. Bournemouth fan says, hi, thanks for popping in, Bournemouth fan. Amy Clark says, great win. It really was, and a clean sheet as well. Massive for Leeds United. Big win from the lads, says Leon. Amy says, good afternoon in the US, watching it on ESPN. Unbelievable. Someone's watching us all the way from USA, so thanks very much for popping in. Leeds could have gotten more, says Amy. Agree as well. We could have put them to the sword, but I don't think we can play. 3 goals and a clean sheet. I am very, very happy with that. Shane Dalton, who was inside Ellen Road today, says, job done. On to Katie O'Brien's now, lads. Let's get the draw in the cup final. Here we come. Absolutely love that positivity. Brian Horton says, we needed a good win to get the confidence back as well. And I think that's what everyone's kind of saying as well. Even though like the little carrot was there for Leeds to get through to the quarter final of the FA Cup deal, and I feel now that for me, that puts to bed the last week that Leeds United have had with the Man City defeat and, you know, the officiating that we had, and then the poor Sunderland result now is that we put that behind us. We move on now. We move forward with confidence. A massive, massive game now next Sunday against Crystal Palace now, and all eyes and all attention turns to that now.
And we need to be at it. We need to be at the races from the get-go. You know, it's a away game as well. We know sometimes with Leeds, we can dip in form, especially away from home. But yet again, I think we've enough quality, enough confidence and motivation going forward from this game to get the job done nice and early and just get back to winning ways. And as Daniel Fark does say, a point per game, just concentrate back onto the league now and do what we do best.
Still in our hands, though.
Of course.
Still in our hands, absolutely. Right, let's get back to talking about the game. The second goal Dylan we get was from Gabby Goodmunson, and he deserved, I think if anybody deserved a goal today, I know some people might say Joe Piroe, but I thought Gabby really deserved the goal because his overall performance was fantastic today. Gets the assist for the Longstaff goal. And then his finish, Dylan, was unbelievable. Drops him right on the penalty area. Great finish with his left foot into the back of the net. Leeds are 2-0 up, and then you're hoping that this is it. This is the game home and hose now.
And, you know, with Gabby, you know, he's doing this throughout all sort of games, even in the Premier League. And it's great to see now that he's obviously got on the score sheet. But yet again, he's been up and down the left-hand side, no problem at all. Getting his crosses in, and we know what we expect from Gabby. And he kind of does give you 110% every single game. So to get player of the match, to get a goal, to get an assist, it's tremendous. And yet again, it was a great goal. As you said, kind of came down to him, left foot, kind of sniped at it and placed it to the bottom corner. And yet again, it's about getting into the box. We've said this, about putting good quality balls into the box. And yet again, he was on the end of it. And yet again, as I said, it's great. It's great to see.
Chris says Gabby needs to start against Palace. What do you think? Absolutely, absolutely, by a country mile, and I think he will as well. Then let's talk a little bit about El Tanaka, because he's definitely been a player that's divided Leeds United's fans' opinion over the last couple of weeks. We haven't seen him play in a Leeds United shirt in the Premier League since the Everton game in mid-January. Came on today. I actually thought he had a really good performance. He's one of them players, Dylan, for me, that he always looks for that forward pass straight away. That's his first thought in his head. He'll always try and look to get the ball forward today. Thought it was a really good performance. Did pick up a yellow card, so he was kind of treading the line. But again, plenty of minutes in the legs for him today, and we want to see him back in the Leeds side, don't we?
We haven't seen enough of him, and you know, we go back to the summer. You know, when we were coming into the Premier League, and everyone was hyped about Tanaka. Will he do it in the Premier League? I think he can. I think it's just simply been a dip in form. As you said today, I thought he broke up midfield really well, controlling the tempo, and then every time he gets the ball, he's always looking to go forward. On the defensive side of things, he is a good battler, you know, and that's what he's done. And look, unfortunately, he picked up a yellow card, and I think it was the right thing. Just whip him off, considering he's done well, he's done enough to kind of put him on par, if that makes sense. But take him off. You don't want picking up a red card.
I think it's like, again, it's like horses for courses, isn't it? And this is not like bashing Ilya Gruev, but again, there's a time and a place for Ilya Gruev, and there's a time and a place for El Tanaka. And we've seen obviously Gruev in some of the away games, particularly at Anfield. He was absolutely fantastic in there, proper battler, proper defensive midfielder. And we are going to need him for games, but it's against the likes of Sunderland and them teams coming to Ellen Road that you think Tanaka is one of them players, you know, get us forward. And we've seen him get on the end of goals as well, as goal against Chelsea, Liverpool. We've seen that he can dictate the game as well. So I'm absolutely delighted from him. Sean Longstaff as well, getting his goal. This is a totally different feeling from what it was against Birmingham City. After Birmingham, I was a little bit worried about these fringe players, the performance they put in that day, just about scraping through against Birmingham. I was a little bit worried, but today I've got a lot of confidence. A lot of them players stepped up today.
Yeah, look, even Dan James, just real quick going on to Dan James, we seem to be, he's kind of back to his full pace. He was putting in good quality crosses into the box, and the link-up play between him and Justin was
brilliant,
very good,
half,
very good.
Yeah.
So yet again, down in the 70th minute, when you're looking at that sort of game, like say for example like Palace, when you are looking for that bit more of injection into the game, you can bring Nonto on, you can bring James on, you can bring Tanaka on, and that's all I want. Good quality players who simply are just looking for more minutes, and they done it tonight. Yeah. So yet again, I'm pleased. 3-0, we threw ourselves into that, onto the next one.
Absolutely. And the draw is tomorrow night. You just heard as well at 7:05. We will be live for that as well, so come join us along for that. But then we can't leave and we cannot talk about your man Joe Piroe, who broke his fast today, and was nice to see a touch around Ellen Road. A lot of applause when Joe Piroe did break his fast today. But he gets his goal as well today, Dylan. He tried it, a shot just about 10 minutes before that rattled off the crossbar. He'd be very unlucky, but then he gets his goal, and that's where we want to see Joe Piroe, don't we? Up front in the box, scoring goals like that. He can do it.
He needs the ball at his feet. That's the type of player he is. And, at times he was going missing. He was dropping an awful lot back in midfield, very deep. And we were all kind of looking around going, why is he not up there? He should be one on the end of the ball, looking to receive the ball. And then yet again, when he did get a shot, hits the crossbar, very unlucky. It was looking like it was going to dip down over the keeper. But then Mecha plays a lovely ball into him, wide open, force smack, didn't even take a touch, wrapped his foot around and placed it into the bottom corner. And I'm pleased because he's just been, I'm a fan of Piroe, and it is hard for him to get into this team considering the quality that we have up front. But yet again, he is championship goal scorer. If we're playing to other players' strengths, start playing to his.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into a couple of more comments. Stephen Bourne, who is over in Leeds, says, all right, lads, just walking back to Leeds City Centre. Great result to end. Great result in the end. Took our foot off the gas in the second half, but delighted for Piroe to get a great finish, absolutely. Leeds versus Port Vale would be a great draw. Delighted to see Piroe on the pitch today as well. Dylan, any preference who you would like to see Leeds United get in the quarterfinal? Because you still have the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal in there. Then you could get the likes of Port Vale or Southampton as well. Any preference, or is it just whoever we get, we get?
Whoever we get, we get. Look, I know these are all going to look, and I agree. Port Vale, it would be great. It would, considering to get ourselves into a semi-final. Yet again, we still have to play that match to get into the semi-final. So I think no matter what the opponent or who the opponent is, it's not going to change anything about us. We just go out and do our thing, and hopefully progress to the next game. But yet again, I don't really mind, because I think anyone, especially if we get a home fixture, we can put it up to anyone.
I think that's what I was just about to say. Look, I don't really care who we get, because I think we'll make it even more sweeter if we do get one of the big boys at home at Ellen Road. Look, if it's Arsenal and we can turn them over and get to a semi-final, we'll feel all the more sweeter. And I don't want to, get to a semi-final and, people then turn around going, oh, well, you had Norwich and Port Vale in the run-up and you didn't really deserve to get there. Look, you get who you get, and it is who it is. So whoever Leeds United get in the next round, I'm looking forward to it. And we've passed this test now. And as I said, I'm delighted, because there was a little bit of doom and gloom, a little bit of, would you say, negativity surrounding Leeds United over the last week. But I definitely feel like there's a weight lifted off my shoulders. Fantastic. I know it's the FA Cup, but a 3-0 win back to winning ways. So I'm feeling a lot happier about everything.
I think every fan would agree. And before this game, I was seeing a lot of people in Leeds posts and just social media in general, we need to be concentrating on the league. I do agree, but we can also concentrate on the cup.
Yeah.
We've said this numerous times throughout the years about trying to get out of the Championship or League One, to not worry about cup runs. We're in the Premier League. Why not go for a cup run? And we're certainly are doing it. We've just advanced to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we will leave it there for your instant match reaction. Brilliant win for Leeds United. 3 goals, a clean sheet, and through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Absolutely fantastic. Join us live tomorrow night from around 7:15. I think the draw is at 7 o'clock, and we'll go through the FA Cup draw and hopefully see Leeds United get a good draw. So that's it from Leeds Bros. Mind yourselves, mind each other. We'll catch you